This is Randy Locklear, president of Gulf Financial. I want to welcome you to an edition of Win Your Retirement with Randy. What I want to talk about today is market risk. And that's a great topic to talk about because we've had some extreme market downside this year so far. So we've got the NASDAQ in minus 30 plus territory, the Dow 18, 19, 20% down, the S&P in the high 20s down. Most people have seen extreme drawdowns in their retirement portfolios. Most people, that is, who are not Gulf Financial clients, because it is in our DNA at Gulf Financial that we will absolutely not have large market drawdowns in our client portfolios. These are retirement wreckers. When we lose a lot of money at the same time that we're taking money out to support our spending, we get into what we call sequence of returns risk. What that means, Google it, y'all, if you want to find out more. But what it means is that not only am I having market losses, but I'm also withdrawing against those funds in order to support my spending during retirement. So if I'm drawing out 4, 5, 6% at the same time that I'm having market losses, I can get into a position where we have a wrecked retirement. You know, you can't catch up. I can prove it to you on paper if you'd like me to show you how to avoid sequence of returns risk. I encourage you to visit gulffinancialgroup.com and set up a consultation with me or one of our staff in our offices in Dothan, Alabama, Pensacola, Destin, and Panama City Beach. We are an educational company, and it is our task, our mission, to educate people across the panhandle that there's a new and better way to handle risk during retirement. So what are we going to do specifically to manage risk if you say, hey, I might consider to become a Gulf Financial client? What exactly are you going to do for me to reduce my risk? Well, number one is we're going to try to look at your portfolio and determine which assets that you have to have liquid, in other words, available for immediate spending or spending within the next few years, and what assets we could divert to a pension scenario. So one way that we're going to approach market risk is to try to create some additional income. We can utilize part of people's retirement portfolios in order to create a pension-like permanent stream of income. These we use fixed index annuities of the income style to create a check that comes in every month for as long as you're alive. We think that this income stability is great for a smaller portion of one's portfolio and a way to eliminate risk, because these products do not have any downside market risk associated with them. And that's just one of many solutions. You know, we're not the annuity guys and don't believe that annuities are appropriate for everybody, and certainly not for the majority of one's assets. But they do a couple of things well. One is to eliminate risk, and the other, very importantly, is to create permanent income that we can add to our Social Security or pension sources and have enough income to support our spending during retirement. But we can't have everything that's tied up, right? Annuities are good and they're bad, right? They're bad because you have to get to your money only a little bit at a time through the income scenario. That's why it's not appropriate for everybody. In many cases, people have to have liquid assets that are in market, and yet they still have to be protected against drastic market downside. And in order to accomplish this at Gulf Financial, we're going to utilize a number of products that other financial advisors are not offering in South Alabama and the Panhandle of Florida. And that would be buffer strategies or flash notes that have built-in 30 or 35% protection against market downside. They're going to limit your upside a little bit, but if you're looking at getting moderate returns in that 7 or 8% range over time without market risk, or with very limited market risk, then structured notes, flash notes are really a great thing to blend into your portfolio. If your advisor is not talking to you about how to utilize these products, you need to visit gulffinancialgroup.com. Another thing that we'll do to reduce market risk is to have a put option overlay. A put option, basically, for the uneducated on that subject, is that if I buy a put option on an index or a stock and that stock goes down, that put option is going to pay. So it's a market hedge. If you've ever heard of a hedge fund, you've heard of large money, $2 billion hedge funds, things like that, right? But in many cases, these hedge funds are utilizing complex option strategies to make certain that they don't have a lot of downside. They're going to protect their wins. The one thing about the big money, y'all, is when they make it, they don't like to give it back up. And they're going to utilize some of the same kind of strategies that we are here at Gulf Financial to reduce their risk and to lock in market gains when they have them. So right now it's a really tough time for people in the market, especially if you are investing with a big box shop or typical broker who only has mutual funds or ETFs to offer, stocks, bonds, and cash. They're not going to utilize structured products and options and other things that they can utilize to reduce your risk. And that's what we do differently. So if you're tired of losing money in the market, and you want to put your flag in the ground and you say, I don't want to lose any more in 2022, and we're not really bullish for the rest of the year or next year, 2023. I think we're going to have continued market downside. So if you want to make sure that you don't get any more losses from here on out in 2022, you better call Gulf Financial. We can show you some ways to make sure that that doesn't happen. But it all starts with you, and that's a visit to gulffinancialgroup.com or call me personally, Randy Locklear, 833-403-4041. And keep posted to the YouTube channel because we're going to have some great sessions coming up on income and retirement and how to create permanent income in retirement. We've got a lot of solutions that are going to lend itself well to that. So stay tuned to Win Your Retirement with Randy. We look forward to seeing you again on the next show. Until then, be happy, be safe, and be blessed.